The greatest album of all time has finally arrived in vinyl. Josie and the Pussycats, the soundtrack of my dreams, of my life, is here in my arms, and I'm never letting it go. This is a Whiz Pop Minute. This past week, I went to a religious experience of a concert. It was fantastic, it was amazing, it was everything I had ever hoped it would be. I got to see Kay Hanley, the original voice of Josie and the Pussycats and the lead singer of Letters to Cleo, deliver an entire concert of 6 songs off the Josie and the Pussycats soundtrack, where Mondo was celebrating the release of the vinyl version of it. We're gonna open this up today. I bought 3 copies, one to stay sealed, one to frame, and one to listen to. That's how much I love this movie. And there's a surprise in here for me. So I can't wait any longer. Let's talk about the movie and open up a vinyl. So Josie and the Pussycats came out in 2001, about May. It was May of that year. Me personally, I was a projectionist at a movie theater. I drove across town to see the test screening of it the day before it opened. And my life was changed that day because it's probably the funniest, smartest, most ahead of its time comedy ever made. It was a look at the late 90s music industry through satire. A lot of people thought it was just gonna be some silly Archie comic adaptation that had nothing to do with anything, but it really is possibly the smartest satire of the music industry. Now, here we are, we have the vinyl, we have Mondo has graciously made this little informative thing on the side. I don't know what you'd call this. Is this like a liner note?
A liner note.
It's a liner note for your liner note. So we've got Rosario Dawson, Rachel Lee Cook, and Tara Reid. They play the Pussycats, and they are from the town of Riverdale. They're 3 middle-class kids in Riverdale that just want to do punk rock songs. And the music is amazing. This album was produced by Babyface. We're gonna open her up here. The recording studio from the movie is the center of it. It's beautiful, it's such a good movie. One of the things that happened at the concert that was amazing was a lot of us, this movie is all about being yourself and going against the grain and being willing to do that. We've got some beautiful liner notes here. That I can't wait to get through. I haven't even looked at these yet because we're opening this up. We'll be covering these in more detail in the write-up. Mondo has put together one of the coolest liner notes I've ever seen here. It's essentially an oral history of Josie and the Pussycats. It's so good. Fake tickets for Mega Records, the songwriting process. We talked to the directors, and Kay Hanley had never performed these songs live. She was super excited about it, and she was starting to get emotional. Those emotions kind of came to the forefront to a song called You Don't See Me, when Kay Hanley, who wasn't in the movie but her voice was, started singing. Spontaneously, even though the crowd was told to keep their cell phones off, we turned them on and we all put those flashlights up in the air. And we broke her. She started tearing up and had to take a second. It was a very emotional experience for everybody that was there. It was also kind of hilarious because we were all crying over a teen movie from 2001. Tears of joy, celebration, what I imagine people felt the first time they saw Rocky Horror Picture Show with a live crowd. That is how Josie and the Pussycats felt in the Ace Theater in Los Angeles that night. We also especially went nuts when Rosario Dawson showed up about a half hour late and just surprised all of us and was joking about how it's natural that Val was the one that would feel left out and be there late. Getting back to the liner notes, there's some really cool stuff in here. A lot of photos from the set, a lot of notes. Some great stories came out during the Q&A where we found out that of all people that auditioned for Val, the queen bee herself, Beyonce, actually came in and auditioned, and she was kind of shy. So what's next in this record here? Well, it looks like we have a really cool 7-inch Du Jour single that we're just gonna show off right here. That is hilarious because du jour means friendship and du jour means forever. So this is a group of guys. They were also, most of these guys were in Can't Hardly Wait, Harry Oliphant and Deborah Kaplan's first directorial film. They also wrote Flintstones, Viva Rock Vegas, and the strength of A Very Brady Sequel is actually what got them their directorial gig. The #1 band in the world, Mega Records. Alan Cumming and Parker Posey are genius in this movie, and I really forgot how great their lines were. So we've got the 7-inch single from Du Jour, We've got that there. This du jour, actually, it's a white vinyl. It's white vinyl. It's a white vinyl. Here it is, the moment of truth, the moment we've all been waiting for. The Josie and the Pussycats vinyl. It's very special. The Josie and the Pussycats vinyl we've got multiple layers of protection here. We want to make sure it stays pretty because this is what it looks like. And there's also, I believe there is a more leopard version, but this is so cool. Both sides. The hits from this album, Spin Around, Three Small Words. You guys remember the trailer. 3 small words came way too late. It was like, that song everybody knows just because that trailer played everywhere. It's a Mega Records release. It's not even a Mondo release, it's a Mega Records release. I'm probably gonna become a groupie and follow Kay Hanley around the world, wherever she wants to go and sing these songs. I can't wait to go to Josie and the Pussycats screenings that have shadow casts of young people that love this movie that want to act out the parts. In summation, the Josie and the Pussycats reunion may have actually been the greatest moment of fandom of my life. I don't think I'll ever be happier than that moment. I mean, look at this guy. That's what pure fandom looks like. And I wear it on my sleeve. That's just who I am. I'm Brian. This has been a Woods Pop Minute.
Click here for our latest Woods Pop and click here for more trailers.